Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to XCOM 2, War of the Chosen. As you saw, or as you may remember from our last episode, we completed a guerrilla ops mission. We got some buildings getting built, or some facilities getting built, some debris getting cleared, we got some soldiers trained up. Everything's going well. We got a research here about to be done, the resistance radio, so let's head on outside and see what's going on.
Commander, we have a priority message coming through. It looks like an encoded signal from the Resistance. Patching it through to your quarters now.
Well, that certainly didn't take very long.
Hello, Commander.
Hey, it's the movie voiceover guy.
Have gotten Advent's attention. Our unwelcome guests are on the move. Advent has been diverting considerable resources and personnel to covert facilities across the globe. The exact details of these operations are highly classified. However, they do have one thing in common. A single word that appears in all their files. Avatar. I believe the black site we had previously uncovered to be but a part of this Avatar project. Based on what we have uncovered so far, its true scope is far greater. This project is being directed from the very top of Advent, from a source I am still unable to determine. All attempts to uncover its identity have met with failure. It is time to take a more direct approach. Though we may not know the exact nature of this Avatar project, we can still disrupt it. We must root out these hidden facilities with the help of local resistance cells, disrupt our enemy's operations, and in the process, uncover the truth. Locate the source of this Avatar project, and then destroy it. Were the enemy to succeed in their efforts, I am certain it would mean the end for us all. I am confident you will take whatever measures necessary to eliminate this threat, Commander.
Alright.
We're tracking the aliens' progress on this Avatar project here. If they finish what they've started, it sounds like it'll be the end for all of us.
Okay, this is sort of the main objective of the game. We need to figure out what the hell this Avatar project is and stop it at all costs. Movie voiceover guy just kind of got some more information and gave it to us, and things sound a little dire. And Central kind of confirmed that. Alright, we'll get to that here in a second. Now, there's a counter on the top of the screen, as you can see.
It was your intention to aggravate me further by seeking the aid of those traitorous dogs. Then you have succeeded.
Yeah, okay. Alright, this is the main objective of the game, and it's tracked by this counter. Apparently there are some facilities all over the world, aside from the black site we found up here, that are all related to the Avatar project. And we need to locate them and destroy them to delay this project as long as we can. So right now we still haven't contacted any other regions. Seems like we're going to have to get on that as soon as we can. Also, we had the black market pop up here. We need to kind of search around and locate them. So we're going to ignore the supply drop for right now, and we're going to get up there. No, we're not. We're going to finish out the supply drop, and then we'll go up and look for the black market. And I'll get to explaining what that's about here when we get up there. Basically, it's going to be a place where we can buy additional stuff. Okay, we picked up the rest of our supplies. So, back to the black market here. And we'll see if we can locate them. The end of the month is in 12 days when we get our supply drop, and that's when the black market kind of refreshes its stock. So we want to get that done before the end of the month if we can.
A number of interesting discoveries, Commander.
Alright, we finished researching the resistance radio. Now when we contact a new region, we'll be able to build a radio relay there as well. And that'll just boost the extra income that we get from that region even more. And we've been inspired in regards to the mid-tier plated armor. And sectoid autopsy is now instant. So, let's see, the plated armor is now only going to take us 13 days. We'll get the instant sectoid autopsy out of the way first.
Though I was never witness to one myself, countless observers attest to the existence of a much smaller, less intimidating variant of the sectoid that took part in the original invasion. In the time
Look at that jaw flop about.
The product of clear genetic manipulation is now a familiar face to our forces operating in the field.
Oh, that is just creepy.
The sectoid's rapid physical evolution over the past 20 years is a testament to both the aliens' mastery of genetic engineering and their pursuit of advancement, regardless of the risks.
Alright, they've mentioned it before, and Tigan just mentioned it again. If you played the original XCOM game, you'll remember the sectoids, they were smaller and less human-like, but in the 20 years since the war, it seems they've been updated a bit with some human DNA to make them a bit taller and more human-like, although they're still gray and very alien-looking. Alright, we now have new research available and a new item. We can build the mine shield in the engineering area. It's going to render one of our troops completely immune to various mental conditions like mind controls, disorientation, panic, whatnot. So those are extremely useful when you're going against the various psionic troops Advent has. And the new research, way down here in the bottom, psionics. We can't research it yet. It takes 5 Illyrium crystals, which we don't have any of. But that'll allow us to train some of our troops as psionic troops. So when we finally get around to building that, we'll be able to train up some psionic troops. That'll be nice. But for now, I think some of these autopsies are fairly short, but I don't want to waste this inspiration on the plated armor. Only 13 days, so we'll go ahead and research that. It'll take us 2 weeks,
when I have a full report available.
but it'll be nice to get that armor upgrade going.
The mysteries of the Chosens create.
And back to scanning for the black market.
Relays in any region where we've made contact with the local resistance.
Thank you, Central. Unfortunately, I haven't made contact with anybody yet, so that'll have to wait.
Market is open.
Alright, we have located and contacted the black market. We can do 2 different things here. We can sell items that we have in our inventory that we're not really going to be using, or we can buy whatever they happen to have. As it says here, every month the black market has particular interest in certain items, and if you happen to sell them those items, they'll actually be paying more for them. This month they're interested in Advent Trooper corpses, advanced scopes, and faceless corpses. So let's go ahead and have a look. This is all the stuff we have in our inventory. Let's see, as for weapon upgrades, we've got an expanded magazine, an advanced expanded magazine, and an advanced scope. All of those I think I'm going to end up making use of, so I don't want to sell those. They're interested in a faceless corpse, but I've only got 1, so I don't want to sell that. I do have 10 trooper corpses. They're only worth 6 supplies apiece, but I think I can part with a few of those just to get some extra supplies. The other items we have are all in fairly limited supply, so I don't think I really want to sell any of those. So we'll confirm our sale, head back out to the main screen, and see what they have to offer that we can buy. Now, everything here that's listed to buy costs us intel. And we don't really have a whole lot, so we need to be kind of selective with what we buy. They have some alien alloys for sale. It'll cost us 30 intel to get 26 alien alloys. 35 intel to get 20 Illyrium crystals. And we don't have many of either of those, so those might be worth buying. One weapon upgrade is stock. It'll cost us 20 intel. I don't particularly care for the stocks. I don't think they're really that useful. So I don't believe we'll be buying that. 95 supplies for 35 intel. We seem to be alright on supplies right now. I don't think I'm going to be bothering with that. We can blow 100 intel on an engineer. It's a little pricey, but since we only have the one, I am definitely going to be buying the engineer. So we now have an extra engineer to use. And for 100 intel, we can rush our magnetic weapons research. And for 75 intel, we can rush our faceless autopsy research. The autopsy is already short. I think it was only like 4 days or so, so I'm not going to really worry about that. However, upgrading ourselves to our mid-tier weapons would be nice. I'm not sure exactly how much time it'll knock off, but any time is going to be good. I think that research is at 13 or 14 days as well, just like the plated armor was. So that is going to be a good buy as well. We have 81 intel left. Alien alloys are used to build a lot of stuff, so we're going to buy those. And the Illyrium crystals. Oh, we're running low on intel. I think I don't really need to buy those yet. So, that is our time at the black market done. So, let's head back inside. We'll put that new engineer to work. The resistance ring will be done in 7 days, proving ground in 9, clearing the alien debris in 15. We'll add our extra engineer to clearing this out. And that'll cut it down to 8 days. Okay. So, head back on outside. Nothing else for us to scan for, so I think we're going to make contact with one of these other regions. Something else for you to take note of. Every time you contact basically all the areas in the region, for example Africa here has 3 regions to contact, we get a bonus. And it's kind of random every game, so you get different bonuses for different areas. In this one, we need to make contact with 3 areas and build at least 1 radio relay in Africa. And that will give us the bomb squad bonus. Means experimental grenades and heavy weapon projects that we undertake in the proving ground are completed instantly instead of on a timer. Since we don't even have the proving grounds up yet, doesn't really matter. But that's something that we need to keep in mind for later on. Since we haven't made contact with any of the other continents yet, can't even get a look at what their bonuses are. But let's see, the black site is up here, and we need to get moving on that. So we'll try to make contact up there first. As you can see here, making contact with East Africa will increase our income by 60 supplies every month. West Africa is worth 70, but we don't need to go over there. Not yet anyway.
After we pay the initial
So we'll start here.
to make contact, we'll have to scan the region for a few days before the local resistance cell comes out of hiding. Once we find
Alright.
it, we'll be up and running in the new region.
So, as you can see, it's going to cost us 30 intel to begin making contact with East Africa. And it's going to take us between 5 and 7 days to complete making contact. And we'll get the bonus of 60 supplies to our income as soon as we're done. And we'll also get access to whatever areas are connected to this region when we're done.
Setting course for Sector 12, East Africa.
So we'll get started on this, and we'll scan here.
Using intel collected so far, we've managed to locate a resistance cell operating out of this region. It'll take us some time to scan for their exact position, though.
Thank you, Central. See, it's a good thing I didn't spend all my intel with the black market. So, 5 days, and we'll start scanning and see if anything happens.
No strongholds, no bastions to serve your fledgling resistance. I will see them crumble.
Okay, as we saw earlier, the Chosen was working against us to decrease income in one of the regions of Africa, and it just happened. The income in East Africa will now be worth 22 supplies less every month. Plus, she's also increased her knowledge by a little over half a bar, it looks like. So, that's not good.
The Elders never had any issues targeting civilians, and their Chosen are no different. The Resistance is counting on us to protect their people. We can't let them down. Commander, we just got word that the Resistance hit an Advent supply line. We have an opportunity to salvage some high-value materials, assuming we can clear out the alien forces guarding the site first.
Now, see what I mean about there constantly being shit going on, making it impossible to get anything done? Alright, well, we now have a supply raid that we can go on. We could ignore it, but that would mean that we wouldn't get the supplies out of this. So we kind of have to go. So we're going to raid an Advent troop transport in South Africa. There is a sit rep, Advent loot. Advent forces have stockpiled extra materials in storage chests near this site. So while we're running around, we're going to have to keep an eye out for those. And we could potentially get some extra items and supplies and who knows what else out of some of these chests if we see them.
Setting course.
So we'll go ahead and head down there and launch this mission. Clear out our roster like normal. And as it says up here, this is a moderate difficulty mission. Thank God we don't have any rookies anymore. We can take some of our more experienced troops. I don't think we're going to mess with the sergeant or the corporals. So we'll just get a team of squaddies ready to go here. Generally, I like to try and take at least one of every class that we have available. So we'll go ahead and grab a sharpshooter. And a specialist, and a grenadier, and a ranger. This gives us one spot left. Let's see. I suppose we may as well take one more slightly advanced troop. Lena's already a sergeant, so we'll take Mox. Alright, everybody's got grenades. They're all loaded up. So let's launch this mission and get going.
Sky Ranger deployed.
Menace, ready to deploy.
Recon ground picked up a transmission from a disabled Advent troop transport that the Resistance locked down in this area. The aliens haven't managed to get this thing moving, so we're going in to try and seize whatever materials we can from it. They won't be happy to see us. Eliminate any hostile resistance and secure the area.
Thank you, Central.
Menace 1-5. The Advent troop transport is nearby. Engage and eliminate all hostile forces. We got a last-minute tip that Advent has additional materials stashed somewhere in the AO, but we don't have an exact position. The clock is ticking, but we should still try to recover that gear if possible.
Alright, looks like a fairly narrow map. Edge of the border's over there. So, the Advent stuff is probably up this way. Now, as I mentioned a couple episodes ago during the retaliation mission, they put in two separate types of retaliation missions. We had the old one, where we just run around and try and save civilians, and then there was a new one, which I said I was explain a little more in detail when we got to one. Well, they also put in an extra type of supply recovery mission. Luckily, this is just like the old one, where we just have to go and kill all the troops and avoid destroying any supplies. Like with the retaliation mission, when we eventually get one of the new types, I'll kind of go into more detail about that one at that time. But basically, for the new one, there's chests scattered all over the map, and every turn, Advent marks a couple of them to be picked up by one of their flying transport ships. And it's our job to try and steal as many of them as we can from Advent by running up and marking them for ourselves. And then Firebrand flies in and picks them up instead. So when we get to one of those, I will explain in a little more detail. Until then, we'll just go ahead and run this one like normal. Kinda got lucky with having a building right here. And we can get our sniper up there on top.
Got it. Moving.
Get some good line of sight around here and have a nice high place to snipe from. Fortunately, didn't really see anything of use, so and nothing we have to worry about shooting. We can just kind of dash up here into cover. See, we'll send a grenadier over here and this here tree. Our specialist will move with the grenadier, hide behind the rock. Our ranger, we will move up here behind these barrels. And Mox will run up here and hide behind the car.
I go quickly.
Alright, Advent was moving, but we didn't see any of them. Let's see. Best place for a sniper is probably going to be up here against this wall.
Understood.
So we'll put her up there. Ah, there's a troop.
Over here.
Looked like, was it the Lancer and I think a Priest. So she can't fire a sniper rifle. So we'll just put her into pistol overwatch.
Got it covered.
And we'll start moving our troops over there to take advantage of them not knowing where we are. Alright, we'll run over here behind the van.
I'll wait their approach.
Move the ranger on up here.
Without the introduction of
Oh, son of a bitch.
These creatures, once operating under the guise of thin men, now show their true form. A purely reptilian species.
No reason for them to.
Alright.
The aliens don't need an infiltration unit anymore.
Well, I was hoping not to spot a second group, but unfortunately I did. Alright, we'll get our specialist and grenadier up here as well.
Got it.
No mission timer, so we can still kind of take our time. Hopefully one of these groups moves. Oh, they're a little bit closer. That's kind of a good thing. Hopefully the other one walks away, though. Oh, son of a bitch. Well, on the bright side, they are all grouped up nicely for me. One grenade can do some serious damage. And I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the rest of my team set up to ambush these people.
I go as ordered. Attacking on sight.
On Overwatch. Posición confirmada. Afirmativo, cubriendo. Affirmatif, j'y vais. Je reste en observation.
And we will move my grenadier up and launch a grenade right into the middle of that big ass group. I can't believe how lucky I was. Alright, let's see if I can manage to hit all 5 of them. See, it looks like we got a priest, stun lancer, one of the snake guys, a trooper, and a purifier. Alright, that looks good. That'll hit all 5 of them and take out most of the cover right where they are. That will hit all 5 and take out more of the cover on this side, which will interfere with my ability to shoot back at them. I think this is where I'm going to go. Alright, let's see how lucky I get with damage.
Frag out!
Wow, what the hell are people outside honking for? Alright, we got a kill in ambush and got an ability point. We missed the stun lancer. Missed him again. Missed him again. Missed him. What the fuck, people? Seriously? I set up a perfect ambush and everybody fucking missed. What the hell is wrong with these people? Oh, son of a bitch. And the Chosen shows up on this mission too. As if things weren't going bad enough already. Well, here's our Chosen assassin. God, I'm having trouble Englishing today. As you might recall, in strengths, she doesn't trigger Overwatch or reaction fire, and anytime you shoot at her and miss, she generates a shield around herself. She is weak against the Reapers. Unfortunately, we don't have a Reaper with us, but she is easy to target from higher ground. So, it looks like our sniper is going to be doing some decent damage to her, hopefully. At least making her easy to hit.
You will never see it.
The Chosen assassin is moving near your position. Stay on guard, people.
Okay, our Grenadier has been knocked unconscious by the Lancer. Yet another reason why I hate them motherfuckers. Snake guy has coiled around our Ranger and revealed the Chosen. Excellent.
I have no intention of quibbling over ideologies.
Wow, this mission is just going all kinds of bad for me right now.
It requires that I recapture you, Commander. and remove any trace of your resistance from it first.
You've got the Chosen in range. Let's take it out.
Purifier sets my specialist on fire.
Send your lambs to the slaughter.
Doesn't look like it did any additional damage to my Grenadier though, who's presently at 1 health. Alright, well, let's see. In order to release our ranger from being held incapacitated by the snake guy, we need to hit him. And I think our sniper is probably going to be the best one for that job right now. And hopefully take him out too. Well, we hit him and did 4 damage, but he's released at least. Our ranger's able to move. So where the hell did that stun lancer go? Oh, that's right, he's down here. Alright, the purifier will probably blow up when we get him, so we don't want to be nearby today. Need to get our ranger to cover. Well, Max. Well, we'll see if Max can take out the Viper. And he misses.
I will not fail you again.
So we'll use his second shot
Is almost depleted.
and miss again. Amazing.
I have no ammo.
My specialist is on fire. So we'll run back over here. Find cover.
Voy hacia allá.
And hopefully take out that stun lancer since he's being flanked. Finally, bit of good luck.
Enemigo destruido.
And we just have the ranger to go. We need to hide him somewhere. There's not really any good cover either. I really want to take out this purifier so he stops setting people on fire. Fortunately, my dumbass blew up all the good cover over here. So, well, we'll just get behind the barrels and wall here. And damn it. Now we'll get rid of the Viper. Better chance to hit.
Quelque chose là-dedans. Cible neutralisée.
They exist to serve the elders, to fight and die on the field.
More fire. And now my ranger's on fire too. Awesome.
I miss the
And the Chosen goes into stealth.
At one time, your people fought honorably. Now you scurry in the shadows like rodents.
Oh my god, this is going so bad. Okay. My specialist is no longer on fire. Has a crappy chance to hit the purifier. So we'll move up a bit. See if we can improve that. Not much. So we're going to take him out with a grenade. I hate to waste a grenade on a guy with 1 health, but we want him dead. And he blew up. Okay. Our ranger now needs to get the hell out of the fire. Run over here
Bien compris. J'y vais.
and hunker down to put out his fire.
Je descends.
Mox needs to reload.
Cover me.
I don't want to lose that loot, but I may not have a choice. We no longer have line of sight on the assassin, so we'll go ahead and go into Overwatch with our sniper. Not that it's going to matter, and since Overwatch fire won't trigger, and we'll go ahead and hunker Mox down, just so he hopefully takes less damage. Okay, Mox took some damage and he's now dazed, so we're gonna have to fix that.
Bent, not broken. My reserves are endless, Commander.
What the hell is this shit? She just summoned a trooper?
Shot failed to connect.
Alright, she apparently has an ability I was not aware of. And she ran inside the building.
Starting to get cooked.
We've got a soldier down. Get to him before the Chosen do.
Alright, Specialist is going to go over here and help Mox recover.
Todo irá bien.
And then go ahead and take a shot at the trooper. Which we of course miss.
Me quedo sin munición.
It'll be behind cover, so we'll go ahead and do a melee attack with the ranger. Take that trooper out and be behind at least a little cover.
Vous avez vu ça?
Drop some more items, so we'll pick those up automatically. Unfortunately, we're going to lose those, I think.
As one dies, another is
Yep,
already
I can't even move Mox over there.
The sword is not a weapon for such half-hearted attacks.
I can, however, move Mox up to the roof.
Changing position.
And it looks like there's a hole in the roof. And Mox has her grenade. It looked like she went over here in this corner behind the wall. And I can throw a grenade down there. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm pretty sure she's right here somewhere. So I'll be guaranteed to do at least a little damage, it looks like. Yep, there she is. 3 damage from the grenade. And now we know for sure where she's at. Sniper is out of ammo, but doesn't have a shot anyway. Looks like another grenade might be in order.
Here, catch.
3 more damage. Alright. Chosen is half dead. And she ran out of the building.
Let the mist flow forth.
And she throws a blinding grenade up and hits Mox. No damage, but Mox is blinded. Okay, our ranger has a grenade, so he could theoretically run up here and knock the cover off of the Chosen. But he'll be standing out in the open. Got a shitty chance to hit, so this is probably the best option. Alright, take out both pieces of cover there. 3 more damage. Chosen is now in the open, and naturally we can't get any good cover over here. We can get to cover over here, so I think that's what we're gonna do, and see if we can do any damage with our specialist. Hopefully we hit. Won't kill her, but could really fuck her up. Alright, she's down to 1 health.
I won't be slowed by your feeble attacks.
Alright, Mox is blind and useless. And our sniper is out of ammo, but has a 100% chance to hit with the pistol. Only have to do 1 damage. No, fire pistol. Only have to do 1 damage, so this should finish the Chosen off. 3 damage, and the Chosen is down. And we get 5 ability points for killing one of the Chosen. Unfortunately, the Chosen don't stay dead, as we will learn here in a little bit.
It pains me to flee from a worthy adversary. The Elders will not allow me to die in this world. We will meet again.
Status confirmed. All hostiles are down and the area is secure. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished. I'd say we are
Oh, thank God.
break after taking down that Chosen, Commander. I doubt it'll be long before we see that thing again, though. Great job, Commander. We sent the Chosen back to their masters with a few scars to show for their effort. If they decide to face us again, we'll be ready.
Oh man, I was really worried there was going to be 1 more group that we'd have to kill. But there wasn't. We defeated the Chosen and got 5 ability points as a reward for doing so. 4 of our soldiers were wounded. That's not all that great, but nobody died, so that is 1 good thing. And we managed to not destroy any of the supply canisters, so we managed to get all the supplies. Unfortunately, we didn't see any of those extra chests anywhere that had extra loot in them. And we lost 1 loot drop. But we still picked 1 up, so not a complete loss. That was a fucked up mission, oh my god.
That our peacekeepers will stop at nothing to prevent further attacks by criminal elements such as the one that occurred today. The Elders have total faith in our ability to overcome any and all threats to our peace.
Yes, thank you for that update there, Speaker. Boy, that mission just went all kinds of wrong. I'm glad nobody died, though.
The Chosen are incredibly resilient. Despite our victory over them today, we still have much to learn if we wish to destroy them permanently.
Alrighty, everybody got a promotion, and 2 of our soldiers here, Squatty Gonzalez and Squatty Hunter, are available to be bonded together. We'll deal with that here in a moment. Our sharpshooter gets 2 options here. Return fire, which allows them to fire back with their pistol once per turn when they're targeted. A useful ability, but nowhere near as useful as Long Watch, which allows Overwatch fire to trigger with squad sight, which essentially means that as long as one of our squad mates can see an enemy, we use the range from the squad mate to determine Overwatch fire. So she could potentially be all the way across the map and still be able to fire with her Overwatch shots. That is infinitely more useful than return fire. I definitely recommend that on every sharpshooter. Alright, our specialist we've already gone over. Medical protocol. As you can see, people get wounded a lot, and it's definitely going to be a useful thing. I need to get some first aid kits built for my specialists. Grenadier we've gone over before, and we're going to be taking Shredder. And the Ranger we've gone over before as well. I'll be grabbing Blade Master. And Mox gets promoted to Sergeant. Okay, so 3 new options are available. His XCOM ability is Return Fire. The same thing that the Sharpshooter gets, only he doesn't have a pistol to fire back with, so he just uses his main weapon. A little more useful because it's going to do more damage, but still not a great option. And his 2 skirmisher abilities, you get Wrath. It's kind of the opposite of his Justice ability. Instead of firing his grappling hook and pulling an enemy towards him, and then delivering a melee strike, he fires the grappling hook at an enemy and pulls himself to the enemy, and then delivers a melee strike. And then his other one is Zero In. If he chooses to fire more than once on a turn, he gets a bonus to his crit chance. And if both shots happen to be on the same target, he also gets an extra 10% chance to hit. That is a lot more useful. So we're going to go ahead and take that. He's got 6 AP left. We got 14 points in the common pool. So we could go ahead and buy another ability, but we're not going to. So we picked up a hair trigger and a focus implant and a bunch of other crap. We now get to perform an autopsy on the Vipers, learn more about them, as well as the Purifiers. How there's anything left, I don't know. When we killed him, he blew up. But whatever, I'm not going to complain. And here we're being informed that our intel is low, which it is. And it's telling us various ways we can gain some more. We can scan the Reaper at the Reaper headquarters, which we've already done.
Managed to do here. What you've managed to do with this ship?
I just wish he had lived long enough to see us fight back. To know that it wasn't all for nothing.
Trust me, he knows. If there was one thing your father always kept in mind, it was his faith in humanity. He knew we could win on our own terms.
Alright, we can also do various missions that reward it as a reward. And we can actually research some Advent data pads or alien data caches when we pick them up in combat. We've actually got a couple, but the rest of our research is kind of a little more important than that right now. Okay, so that mission was a bit of a mess. Oh, that's right. I didn't do the bond. We'll go do that right now. Since I don't think I've shown the bonding here before. Alright, so our Specialist and our Grenadier worked well together in that last mission and got their cohesion up enough to allow them to form a bond together. So as you can see, here's a better look at the cohesion screen and the compatibility between the various soldiers. Corporal Anna Gonzalez has only worked with these guys before, so they're the only ones she's actually formed any cohesion with. She doesn't have any rating with the rest of these guys because she hasn't worked with them. But it's high enough to form a bond with Jessica Hunter. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. So, when two soldiers form a bond together, they're only allowed to bond with one other soldier. This will, as it starts out here at level 1, they get a bonus. And so when they're in a mission together, and they're actually near each other while on the mission. At level 1, they're granted the teamwork ability, which means once per mission, they get one charge that's shared between them, where they can grant a bonus action to their bondmate. So, even if someone's completed all their moves, their bondmate can grant them a bonus action, which will allow them to move again, or shoot again, or throw a grenade, or do any normal thing that they could do with one action. As these two continue to work together, their bond will increase, and it can go up in level. I haven't seen too much of this, but every level where they go up, you get extra abilities. I will try to keep bonded members together in a team so we can explore this a little more together and see what the higher levels do. I think 2 is as high as I've gone in my other playthroughs. But these two are ready to be bonded, so we're going to go ahead and bond them together. And as I mentioned quite a while ago, I think during the first mission, or first episode, this is one of those occasions where we can create a poster. And since this is our very first bonding, I think we may as well go ahead and commemorate the occasion with a photo here. So, there's our two bondmates. I don't really care for the background, but whatever. Good enough for me. Take a photo. Hooray! Okay, so those guys are now bonded together. We got a bunch of wounded people, don't we? Wow. Grenadier that got wounded. 23 days to recover. And she did get knocked on her ass by a stun lancer. Almost died, but whatever. They'll be sitting out for a little while. I think I mentioned this briefly in the very first video, but as you can see, our little trophy wall is growing. We've got additional heads here, the Viper, the Faceless, all the aliens that we've killed. It even keeps track of the Lost. So far we've killed 76 Lost. That's quite a few. So, that's pretty much it for this episode, I believe. Not much else for us to do, so I'm going to end it here. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to be informed of when I release new content, you can go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And that'll let you know whenever I post a new video. So, until the next video, you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you then.